Strap yourself in,
because we're set up, switched on, and ready to go.
Enjoy this presentation of the Jimmy Mack Healing Show.
Hey everybody, good evening. It's Jimmy Mack coming to you live. It's the Jimmy Mack Healing Show. Thanks for being here. Happy New Year to everybody. We took a little time off, of course, during Christmas and New Year's. Just happened to fall on some odd days, as you know, during the week. So we are back and bigger and better than ever. So we're glad you're here. Thanks for joining us tonight. If you're on the URL, you can call 206-806-9965 if you want to go live, and perhaps if you have any question. So if you're a first-time caller, welcome. Most of the folks call in every week, and we love that because, of course, it's all free. It's a part of our service and giving back. We do healings and reading sessions, of course, messages from Spirit every single week, Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern. If you want to find out more, you can go to jimmymackhealing.com. You want to sign up for the e-newsletter, and it's all free, and that'll also give you our schedule on upcoming events and things that are happening. We are actually also doing a Zoom event Wednesday evening, 8 p.m. If you haven't already signed up for that, definitely get on the email address, and that's all about supercharging money. So for those of you who really want to get a boost into the new year, you can find out about that as well. So we're glad you're here. We're happy you're here. Thanks to everybody that helps us put on the show. Do you want to mention, let's pray for some peace in the world, regardless of political, religious, societal events and beliefs and feelings and whatever we got going on. I think we can all agree on the need for peace. I also want to say some prayers, and I'm going to be fishing tonight for the wildfires, not just in Australia, but still going on in California and in the rainforest of Brazil, where it's referred to, of course, even as the Earth's lungs. Can you imagine? So we don't need the Earth's lungs on fire, goodness gracious. And even some of the famous movie stars and others are donating all kinds of money to Australia. So for our political friends that are listening, if you really want to help out, help out with the fires and some of the things that are going on worldwide. Also earthquakes, of course, even in Puerto Rico, and they devastated some of that area as well. I've been out there a bunch of times and actually went fishing, deep sea fishing off the fort there, and I do remember that rock outcropping, and it's gone worldwide now. It used to look like a little circle or a heart, and even that's fallen into the bay there. So, things change over time. Earthquakes are all natural occurrences, but we certainly want to help everyone out and remember that it is one planet. It is still our little planet home. So love to everybody on that. Just keep it in mind and keep everybody in your thoughts and prayers, at least in the evening. If you know how to fish, by all means do that as well. And do some My Liquid Fish to help them all out. I know I do every day, of course. Hey, we're glad you're here tonight. We will take callers live, of course. We take as many callers as we possibly can and give messages of hope and also healings where there needs to be some. And excited about tonight's guest. Of course, she's on the first Tuesday of every month. It's Psychic Joanne Leo. And we love her. We appreciate her being on the show. She does some great readings. It's very interesting always. It's a mix of astrology, numerology, and, of course, cards as well. And might even throw some angels in there. It's really readings from the heart and highly accurate and very interesting. I really love it and known her a long, long time. So welcome, Joanne. How are you tonight, honey?
I'm good, Jimmy. How about you?
Oh, doing great. Thank you. I can never get used to our weather. You know, we have cold fronts in Florida. They last maybe 2 or 3 days, and I might build a fire last night, and today it's 70. You know, so you never know what you're gonna get, right? It's like now all of a sudden it's hot. You know, tomorrow night it might be freezing again. Heavenly day.
Well,
hey, we're glad to have you on the show, honey. Tell everybody the best website to get a hold of you, and the phone number and the email address.
On the website is Psychic Joanne, that's Joanne, Leo.com. And they can always get me by phone, which is 727-743-3400. They can shoot me a text as well. And my email is psychicjoanneleo@gmail.com.
Perfect. We appreciate you being on the show, honey. We always mix it up. You and I have fun. It's like just some old friends chatting a little bit over coffee talk.
Coffee. I love coffee talk.
I know, right? I love it. And you were on was it Carrie's show too, Joanne Carey?
Carolyn
Carey. That's right. Yeah. And she's part of our network. That's always a good show too. Yeah.
And that's good. I did Laura Romero's Angel Healing show too.
Oh, good. Yeah, she's got a great show too. She's part of our network. I like her. She's sweet. I love it. Well, we're going to grab some callers. We'll let you go first, of course, and take a swing at it. If they need some healing, I'll work on them as well, honey.
Yeah, like we always do. We're a good team.
Yeah, we'll tag team. I love it. Hey, 914 is our first caller. Hi, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, I'm Maria. I'm calling from Boston. Hello.
Hey, Maria. How are you tonight, honey?
Hi. I'm good. How are you? How's the cat?
Good.
The family's good.
Yeah, everybody's good.
Well, yeah, we just you're using your energy to help the world in the greater picture. The immediate family's good, so that's good.
Yes, please. Absolutely.
I didn't. Okay. So I guess you and Joanne can look at the same thing for me. I wanted to. I'm looking at making a little investment, and I wanted to get a sense of the authenticity around the person offering that. And his name is Neil, and it's for technology.
Well, that's a great question, too. Joanne will want to get your date of birth, honey, and your name.
Oh, yes. So Maria, in October, the year or the whole thing?
Your month, your day, your year.
Oh, okay. So 10/1/70.
Okay. Well, this is a year for you to, kind of really do some, definitely taking some inroads or taking some actions. I would just caution you to do some investigation research to make sure it's a legitimate company or a legitimate, I'm feeling like I want more details. And I don't think you have all the details. Is that correct?
I found out as much as I can find out, and then the rest is just based on faith, and so.
Well, forget faith. You got to have somebody that's legitimate, and that he has a client list and definitely a perspective.
Mm-hmm.
And if he doesn't have that, I would not be investing in anybody that's not credible. Talk is cheap.
Yeah. I missed the last part of what you said, the last word you said.
I said if he doesn't have a perspective, if he doesn't have a client list, if he doesn't have people that you can actually check out or check out the company or the product, I say it's a no-go. But Jimmy, what do you get?
I get weak too. I don't get it.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it. The world's filled with people that do private placements and try and raise money, and it all just somehow evaporates or goes from here to there. They're immediately showing me the American Greed show, and so that's not good. That's never a good sign. I don't know. He could be the greatest guy in the world, and maybe he's getting led astray too. Who knows? You're better off looking at what are called Spider Index and QQQ and things that are maybe more mutual fund indexing. They have ones on technology. They'll have fuel and oil and that sort of thing, and that might be a safer bet for you, honey. Everybody's looking for the home run, and that's all well and good, but unless their cousin is Bill Gates or something that can be verified, chances are it's like you might be throwing good money after bad, and worse still is with what we got going on right now, of course, worldwide. I mean, it's going to be unstable. I mean, the first thing they do after things are happening, like as we're speaking right now, is they go, oil prices are shooting up. It's like, what?
Yeah.
Things barely started happening, and what are they going to hit us for $3 or $4 at the pump? It's ridiculous, And so that's how flaky, honestly, all investments and things are. It's speculation and innuendo, and unless you really got the inside track and you really know somebody that is really telling you, hey, this thing's been running for 20 years and it can do no wrong and it's fabulous and here's the track record and you need to get in on the next one. We're doing a second one starting in February or something. Then I'm all ears. But until then, I don't want you to go on faith when it comes to, hard-earned grocery money. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and I don't, there's something nagging about it. It's like it sounds good, but the feeling
it's kind of if it's nagging Joanne and it's nagging me, it's all I need to know, And, then I don't do anything. I'll wait and see,
and it was nagging me, and that's why I asked you.
Yeah, the world's filled with people that are trying to do all kinds of stuff, and they might have good intentions, but if you and I are going to put our grocery money in it, I want to know that it's not going to evaporate.
Yeah.
So,
okay. Thank you
so
much,
for
guys.
some other means. You're welcome. We're glad you're listening to the show, honey. Thank you.
And thank you for your, for helping fishing for Australia, for the wildfires, for the, the plan, the bigger picture. I mean, the 1 billion animals. It's like, oh my God.
That's incredible.
The people at least have the, they have the cognitive skills to go to the beach or run away or something. But the animals, they don't even, they're defenseless.
It's too sad for words. Anything we can do to kind of knock that down, the better. With all our technology and everything we got going on, you think it wouldn't be that hard, but.
Right, I know what you mean.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Here's the other thing, too. Reverend Tiffany's reminding me, she's my producer, and she says, Start Engine is a great place for technology investors. So you should Google that, called Start Engine.
Oh, I just read about that like 2 days ago. I can't remember where I read it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well,
okay,
there you go. How cool is that, right? So you're on track with that.
Start Engine.
Thanks for calling in, honey.
I can replay this, too. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yes, and the replay is always going to be posted later, folks. It's going to be on JimmyMackHealingShow.com. So check that out as well. And, gosh, if you're on the show tonight or you had a particular reading or a healing, just kind of note the time you're on. If you're halfway through, hell, you don't have to listen to the whole darn show. You can just go to that half-hour mark or 45-minute mark or whatever it is and listen to your part and then take notes or whatever you got to do. 949 is our next caller. Hi, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Oh, good. My name is Nancy. I'm in California.
Well, welcome, Nancy. What's going on, honey? You doing okay?
I'm doing okay. Just working on bringing a lot more money into and a lot more business into our business.
Okay.
And,
Okay.
Been listening to some hypnosis tapes on wealth.
Okay. And what is your business, honey?
Real estate.
Okay.
Buying and selling
Got
real
it.
estate, realtor.
Yeah. Well, give Joanne your date of birth, and she'll look into that for you as well.
9/7/61.
Okay. Okay. Well, this is a great year for you to, well, first of all, you're doing enough marketing in the targeted areas that you're going after.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I'm doing a lot of marketing, yeah.
Okay, great. Because what I'm getting here is that as long as you get your name out there, it's kind of like you've got the spotlight on you, and this is a good sign here. I feel like in April, May, and June is going to be tying up some loose ends or tying up some deals maybe that have either been on hold or taking longer than necessary. So don't get disillusioned because it's filled with a few delays, but it will come about where it will be very profitable. Okay. Don't get negative and don't, kick your heels and all that other stuff. It's just going to be a period where it's like, if you're familiar with like retrogrades and stuff like that, it's that kind of thing. It's like a delay kind of thing, or there's some additional things that have to be done or whatever. But it will come about, so don't get frustrated, okay? And then I see the rest of summer and through the end here, I feel really good. What area are you concentrating on, Northern or Southern California?
Laguna Beach, Orange County, Southern California. Yeah, Orange County.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's a good market right now.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
So that's really good. I don't have anything negative there. You could talk to anybody with your numbers here and everything like that. And you've got attention to detail, which is really, really good with that, and you're really good at being a stickler for that. So you've got that going for you this year as well, too. So dotting your I's, crossing your T's, really important.
Okay.
Yeah, you sound really good. You sound good and positive, honey. You're going to do fine. That's never going away, Orange County. So that's only going up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I do. I do. Do you talk to spirits or anything? My sister passed a couple weeks ago.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, either one.
Or are you talking to Jimmy? I don't.
Yeah, I don't get that she's here right now. Certainly, we've got somebody the last Tuesday of the month that's all she does on the show.
Okay.
Yeah, and I don't get that she's here right now when I ask, and it's really mysteriously weird how things happen and work out. My father's in spirit. My brother's in spirit. My brother only shows up when I have, addiction clients for drugs and alcohol. It's so weird. I wish I could talk to him all the time, right? But he'll show up. If I got somebody at the office and they're all into drugs and alcohol, it's like, good Lord, where have you been, And so that's the kind of stuff that happens, and anybody that tells you they understand exactly how it all happens, you need to run from them.
Okay.
But, yeah, so she doesn't show up here right now. I can tell you, I get that she's certainly in the cosmic soup of all it is. I was going up into it during my near-death experience, and it's awesome, and you don't want to come back from it. They're certainly saying she's in no way suffering anymore, and so that's the biggest comforting thing for us. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yeah. So,
yeah, she's better off, yeah, I know.
Yes, 100% better off than whatever she had going on before she passed, they're saying. So it wasn't like a sudden thing,
No.
Does that make sense?
Sick for a couple of years, yeah.
Yeah, so there you go. So, you And given the choice, a lot of times it's great to say goodbye to everybody, but in the interim, you know, we just don't want to be in that place where we're suffering for years either and feeling like we're a burden on people. And, you know, they're just saying that, you know, without question, she's back in the whole cosmos of all it is, and that's a beautiful place to be, I can tell you that. So,
okay, thank you.
But I'll tell you what comes through also, though, they're reminding me is call on her to help you out, even if it's in your real estate deals. Don't hesitate. My mother turned 91 at Christmas, and I had to take her to the dentist. This was maybe a year or two ago, and I was so frustrated in having to take her to the dentist, and I'm all but screaming driving the whole way there. And I said to my father, hey, it's your wife, and I said to my brother, it's your mom. You guys have got to help me out. And I'm speaking in my car by myself going, you guys have got to show up. You've got to come through. You've got to help me with my mom, take my mom to the dentist. Oh, my God. I pick my mom up, you know, and I take her there. The place is packed, right? There's no place to sit down. And it's like, oh, my God, right? And the little girl at the desk looks up, and she says, is that Miss Ruth? I said, yes, it is. She said, bring her on back. So, you know, it's things like that where, you know, you go, hey, they heard my prayers without question, right? And so don't hesitate to call on your sister even to help out with the family or friends or, you know, the real estate and all of it, okay?
Okay. Well,
it works.
CPA.
It works.
It works.
Yeah.
I can tell you that it works. So keep us posted, honey. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you.
Have a great night. You bet. Bye for now. 813 is our next caller. Hi, what's your name? We have a clue where you're calling from. That's a Tampa Bay number.
Yeah.
Hey, you're on live. 813.
Hello.
Hello. All right. They may or may not realize they're on. Also, Reverend Tiffany's reminding me, and she's our producer, about Reverend Debbie's show and Sandra's show, and that debuts on Thursday at 12 noon Eastern. So keep that in mind. They give messages, of course, and readings and communication with those in spirit. Same call-in number as ours, of course. They're part of the channel. All right. 813. Hi, you're on live. Can you hear us now? They're probably listening and not realizing it's really them. All right. 727 is our next caller. Hi, what's your name? Hello. You're on live. Hi. How are you? You're on live. 727 area code. So funny.
Hello.
We're coming up. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. I woke up.
Oh, okay, good. Hey, it's Reverend Debbie. How are you?
Good.
Good. Well, we're glad you're on the call tonight.
Thank you.
Yeah, Joanne's with us too. You got a show coming up, right?
I do.
Great.
I do.
And yeah, Reverend Tiffany said it's 12 noon Eastern. We'll start this Thursday, I guess, right? Or the next?
That's this week.
This week. This Thursday, 12 noon.
Well, we know it'll be
Call
2021.
Right? I know it. It's crazy times. Hey, when's full moon? It looks like it's coming up. I look up at the sky, and it's about 3/4 now. It's crazy, isn't it?
The 10th.
Yeah, Friday.
The 10th. Yeah.
The 10th. Okay. Good to know.
Yeah.
How are you tonight, Reverend Deb? Anything we can do for you?
Good. Just if there's any message that I need to know that I don't know.
Oh, well, give Joanne your date of birth. She'll throw cards and look at it.
12/19/59.
I can't hear you, Deb. What'd you say?
12/19/59.
12/19?
Yes.
Okay, great. Well, Deb, this is a year for making progress, honey. You are in an 8-year And that is, so you really need to plan your prosperity, honey, because it's coming, and it's been a long time coming.
It has. It has.
Everything looks really strong this whole year, really, and it's all about communication. It's all about marketing. You really need to toot your horn, okay?
Yep.
So, you know, you're going to have to do some getting your message out there, not only just about your show, but also about your service and also about your fabulous readings that you do, too, okay?
Yeah.
Folks, I've known Debbie for years. She's very, very good. And she does work that I don't do because I don't do the medium work like she does. So the biggest thing is staying on task. That's going to be your biggest challenge this year, is keeping it organized, okay?
Yep.
But I'm looking at your whole year here, and it is all based on leadership, doing your thing, mass marketing, communication, and really the money will follow or the success will follow. Okay?
Yeah. Wonderful.
It's real. I'd like to see numbers like this for myself, believe me. Really, really good job. What, honey?
Thank you so much.
What?
I said I'll share them with you.
That sounds great. I appreciate that. And I wish you luck on your show. Everybody call in. Debbie's a treat.
Oh, thank you.
Love it. Yeah.
Thank you.
How are you feeling, honey? You doing okay?
Yeah, actually, I've been doing really, really good with my leg.
Well, I like hearing that.
Universe has been sitting in my healing room has been miracles, a lot of miracles.
Oh, good.
And my
well, I'm sending some energy right now to your knees, too, and everything you got. And everybody that's listening on the call, we're going to work on bone, muscle, ligament, tendon, joint, cartilage, and fascia. Right now I'm doing it and just changing all that and strengthening it, releasing any of the weakness out of it, and especially joints. Joints show up more than anything else for people. And so we're going to strengthen all that too. And we're just going to turn on everybody's healing switch. It's on the call now. Self-healing and immunity and immune systems. And we're turning all that on for you right now at the sound of my voice. And that's bound to help you too. And cold and flu systems, this season we're going to turn all that off. And I just did that. And instead we're just going to turn on health and healing for you and everybody else. So that's bound to help you too.
Wonderful.
I'm glad you did the immunity too.
Yeah.
I'm glad you did the immunity. Yeah, that's
well, there's so much, self-healing we can do. It's just amazing, right? And we're all so caught up in our feelings generally, and might have feeling issues. You might have this elbow or that knee or whatever, and come to find out it's, anger at mom or some bizarre thing. And if we can figure that out and change it, then all of a sudden we do get better. So it's all interconnected, and it never ceases to amaze me. So, love it. Yeah. Cool. Well, we're glad you called in tonight, honey, and we're excited about your show. That'll be this Thursday, 12 noon. Everyone, it's the same call-in number for her as well. And Sandra does readings, too. Does she do cards or astrology, numerology, a little bit of everything?
She does cards, and she's a shaman and medium.
Love it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm the numerologist, Jim.
I love it. Yeah. No, that's great.
So, got a lot going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're glad that she's joining you on that, too. That'll be fun. At least y'all can mix it up and go back and forth, too.
And we can talk about you.
There you go. That's true. That's sweet of you. I love it. Yeah, as a sponsor, right? So that's fabulous. Yeah, anything we can do to promote y'all, we will, honey. And I know Sandy Bittinger asked me today about you and said she'd be thrilled to help you with anything you need as far as the Facebook and, website, whatever you need. Got to reach out to her.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome, honey. You bet. We're glad you called in. Have a great night. That's all encouraging.
It's wonderful.
81. Yep. Thank you. 813 is our next caller. We'll try that again. Area code 813. Hey, you're on live. Hey, 813, we can hear you. Oh, you got to laugh, Joanne.
I do.
Yeah, you just have to.
I do.
All the stuff that goes on. That's all we do. That's all we can do sometimes.
You know, there's like 5 planets that are in alignment right now that has.
I saw that. Yeah, I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah, it's really, really cool, and it's really changing a lot of energy. You know, I say buckle up and strap in. You know. So,
right.
But you know, a little bit about the numerology, Jim. I want to tell you is I read the soul, and I'm known as the soul reader because the name on your birth certificate and your birth date is an actual blueprint that was designed in heaven by our soul before we decided to come down here and live this life. So believe me when I tell you that it's chock full of great information as far as strengths, what you need to work on, what's karmically coming, what's going on, you know, this year, by the week, by the month. So your soul reveals a lot of energy, and you know as well as anyone else, when I work shows, nobody does kind of what I do. I read Schuster cards, which hardly anybody reads Schuster anymore, and they're from the 80s. And they're read
it was out of St. Pete originally, right? St. Pete, Florida.
Right. Right. They're read psychically, astrologically, and I throw in a twist of numerology in it, so I call it tarot with a twist.
Love it.
It really nails the questions or direction of what people are looking for, and I love doing what I do, as you know.
It's fabulous. Tell folks best way to get a hold of you again, honey. Hard to believe we're already halfway through the show.
I know it. The best way is to text me or call me, 727-743-3400. And they can also check out my website, which is Psychic Joanne, which is Joanne, Leo.com. And that has all my information, my bio, my rates, and then again, they should call me or email me, which is psychicjoanneleo@gmail.com.
Got it. And then you can do phone and do whatever. Also seeing folks, if they're in the Tampa Bay area, you can see them locally too.
Yes, and what's really great is my phone readings are the same as if they're sitting across the table from me, because the soul is the soul. And
love that.
You know, I did a couple readings today, and you know, the thing is people have a lot of questions about soulmates, and you know, soulmates I think is an overused term because you're going to meet hundreds and hundreds of soul connections and soulmates in a lifetime. So that's kind of cool too, and I love doing relationship readings because you can really find out a lot and see what the pitfalls might be or what the real triumphs are. So I encourage people to, if they've got relationship questions, call me.
Yeah, I see a girl today. She'll get in with you this week for sure.
Yeah, she's already scheduled. Yeah. I
good.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Oh, of course. Yeah, she's sweet. I like her, and just a sharp girl. I love it. Hey, we'll throw some cards or something for me, Joanne. I love it. 8/19 is my date of birth, of course.
Well, I know what your birthday is because you're 2 days before me.
Two Leos together. Good God.
Oh, I know it. Well, you know that you were a healer in several different lifetimes, so that doesn't surprise me whatsoever. I'm going to use, I got a new deck here. Well, not a new deck, but it's a new deck that I bring out because I have several decks that I work with because I never want anybody just, you know, I have clients that I've had over and over for years, plus now I'm reading their children. So it's kind of an interesting dynamic with the generations. But I got Keepers of the Light here, so let's see what I get for you.
Oh, I like that. That sounds cool.
Keepers of the Light. And I got Lady Nada, which is your heart is awakening. And this is a love card, okay? This is all about awakening your acceptance to love, which really, I love to use the word divine and harmony when it comes to love. So a lot of us want love, but we've got to have a healthy love. And with a healthy love comes three things you've got to have in order to say, I love you, to have it be healthy. And that is trust, respect, and communication. And, you know, doing this on a daily basis, as you know, Jim, I have, you know, I'm a straight shooter kind of reader, so I kind of call it the way it is. But when respect has gone out of a relationship, it's pretty much fried and done. So, and you've got to have communication. That is absolutely critical. People will ask me about trust, and sometimes trust can be broken, and it takes two unique individuals to work through it. It's not that it can't be done, but it's rare. But respect and communication is critical. Critical. The worst thing I can say for you is that you've got to have somebody who means what they say what they mean, no guesswork. Okay?
Sure.
So that's what I'm getting there. Then we got, oh my goodness, you got, and I'm going to send these by text to you because these are beautiful cards. But this is
awesome.
Tiffany, and this is the Cloak of Wisdom. And what he really signifies is you already know the answer. Now you have to acknowledge it. You have to get truthful with yourself. Trust what you know. You got to trust your, you know, the up, down, and the in and the out about it. Then you got White Eagle, which is an ancestor spirit, which I love this guy. And this is connecting to, this has got to do with family. So this, you know, I don't know if something's going on with your mom right now, but there's definitely an issue here that you're going to have to deal with a family situation. So, and I think she's your, well, you know, you have your kids too, so they might be looking to you for guidance as well. So this is definitely something to do with family. And the next one is, this is a perfect card for you, and I'm not surprised you got it. It is called the Holy Amethyst, and it's this beautiful, you're going to love these cards. And this is about moving beyond current challenges. So whatever might be what you consider a challenge, it's knowing the desired outcome. Focus on the desire and put your energy on the desire of the outcome, and it will come to pass. And I feel that has to do with it's either 4 days, 4 weeks, 4 months, tops. What do you think about that?
That's pretty cool.
You're going to love them. They're really
Snap a picture of them.
I'm going to send you the picture of them. You're going to flip when you see
them. I love that. Yeah, my good buddy John O'Neill, acupuncturist, once was reading on me and said my original life was a healer, like out of the gate. So how cool is that to come all the way back around and do all this? And I'll never forget, it had to have been 25, 30 years ago. I was with Kimberly, my wife, and we were in Puerto Rico, and she said, come see this guy. He's a really good reader down by the pool. It was at a resort. And he did card readings, numerology, and everything else for me, and he goes, you're going to be doing what I'm doing one day. And I'm like, oh, my God, pish posh, that's never going to happen. You know, this guy, Kimberly, I don't know what you're thinking about. And he said, no, you'll see. You'll see. You'll be doing healings. You're going to be in this whole woo-woo world. And I said, we'll see.
You know, here's the kicker, Jim. On your birth date, you know, which is really how you're registered in heaven, you were a healer in 2 lifetimes prior to this one. So this is not foreign to you at all. It's just timing. It's how spirit works of when we're supposed to do it. Had you had, you know, that near-death experience would happen for a reason. You know that, right?
Right. No question.
And it and it opens up the veil. It's just like the teachers that came into my world at the different points of my life. Believe me when I tell you, they came in like a whirlwind that I totally didn't expect, and it just changed my life. But I also was told that I needed to do the work that they were doing. I looked at them like they had two heads.
Right.
But that's it. Yeah. And
and a lot of times too, your readings as well as even my working on folks and healings, it may not happen immediately in our time. These may be messages coming out a day, a week, a month, a year from now. And sure enough, they'll come to fruition. They're real as real can be, but, they're not an immediate thing. And I think,
that's right.
We as people in kind of the spiritual world have to learn patience. And that might be some of the toughest lessons we ever have to learn, is to have patience in all this, right? Because everybody wants it so fast and so now, and they got their phones, and it's like, I'll Google it, and it's just like, oh my gosh, some of this stuff takes time.
Well, none of my work can be Googled, or as in, if they can go look up numerology or see something on Facebook or whatever. This is their soul, and so there's nowhere to get the messages I get from when I'm tuned into their chart, because it's unique to them. And also, you're absolutely right about patience, or that the timing, and I always say it's divine timing. God's time and our time are two different things.
Right.
So we can pick up, we're just tuned in to a higher vibration, and so sometimes it takes a little bit different timing for it to come to fruition.
Very cool. Hey, maybe throw some cards on and figure out what we can do about some of these world issues. See what you pick up on. In other words, the earthquake in Puerto Rico and the fires in Brazil, still going on in California, still going on in Australia. What do you pick up on for that?
Well, I don't know if you're going to be able to handle this with the audience either. Some of the things are man-driven, okay, and some are catastrophic, like the Puerto Rico thing is a whole different ballgame as far as the plates and all that other kind of stuff. There's been a lot of negative energy that has come in that quadrant of the world, or where Puerto Rico is, and I think a lot of it's karmic, and that's just my opinion of what I'm getting. As far as the California fires, there's been a lot of neglect with forest maintenance, and it's caused more problems. Of course, we have the Santa Ana winds, which don't help, but if they didn't have all that tinder on the ground and cleaned up the forest floor, they would not have these catastrophic things that have happened in the last several years. In fact, I had one of my clients that escaped with their life last year. So, man has to start taking some responsibility, or these government agencies that are either taking the money and not doing what they're supposed to do. We praying for Australia for sure. I heard you talk about the animals, and of course, our prayers go out. But here's another thing: those fires were started by people, and it's arsons. And for whatever God-given reasons that these people can live with themselves, I don't know. So,
right. That's well said.
I want to make it real clear that it was not an act of God that did the Australia fire, and people need to know that. And if they're going to get upset and angry, it's about the people that started the fires, okay, that is causing the suffering going on here. As far as California, I would love to see these people get off their duffers and do what they're supposed to do, so that they can prevent these horrific fires that really would not have gotten so outrageous. I mean, I know people that have lost their homes clients that have lost their homes where a whole town's been destroyed. So
right.
They really need to get onto their where the resources are and are being pocketed or whatever, because I feel there's a lot of graft going on here.
Mm-hmm. No, that's very complete. I think that's a very, very great overview of really what's going on past, it isn't like some lightning bolt hit Australia and then all of a sudden it fanned out from there. There's some deeper stuff going on, and so everybody for whatever capacity in their region, it's kind of like I would always say, act locally and pray globally too, And so I think if everybody kind of took care of their own stuff, right, it would probably be a lot easier, better.
I think when the facts come out about Australia and people should do some digging, is that it's going to be arsons.
Mm-hmm. It's very interesting.
It's horrible.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, hopefully they'll get all that under control. Like I said, wanting the animals, and their animals are so unusual. And, that's definitely one of the places on Earth where man originated from, Aborigines, all of it. So,
Absolutely.
Yeah. And, Reverend Tiffany's right, our executive producer, and says, the Earth is soaked in over 10,000 years of man's wars and killings and all that. So there you go. It's karmic, like you're saying, a lot of it. So very interesting. Yeah. Well, the one thing everybody can do is say prayers. It doesn't cost anything to say prayers. Doesn't cost anything to fish and do what I do, and kind of play with your magic wand and do whatever you got to do to send up some prayers. I think that's super important. I had a client I saw today. I had a client I saw today, and she's so funny, and she always uses the little Harry Potter wand, and she'd left it behind. And I sent her a picture of it, really make her laugh. She says, I've been tearing up the whole house looking for my Harry Potter wand, and she'd left it behind, and just funny.
I love Louise Hay especially when I'm stressed or, I want to just go right to the God source, is to establish that all is well.
Mm-hmm.
It's very comforting to know that all is well and that there's a greater force, the God force that is certainly resignating to take place of any Harry Potter wand, I can tell you that.
Right. No, I know. It's just cute and funny, you know what I mean, because belief is so powerful, and so folks are into that. They're into Star Wars, which, by the way, I saw the new Star Wars movie, and, whether you love or hate Star Wars doesn't really matter, but one of the things they introduced during this time period, it's very important for people to hear, is they did healing by the laying on of hands. It was profound. So I won't ruin the movie for anybody, but the girl at one point, she healed up this snake monster thing that was hurting, and that led to a better situation for her and everybody was with her. And she also healed a man by laying on of hands, and then he ended up doing the same thing for her. So just very profound. And and so it's as if they made this step from, just always having, let's say, the using the lightsabers and, just fighting everybody half to death like they're swords, right? And, it's like, the rise of the divine feminine and the energy coming out. And so just very profound that they went to healing by the laying on of hands with such a vast following of people around the world that love the series, love the movie, And I think also what happens is that makes everything that even we're doing just a little less woo-woo and a little more acceptable every time. And it doesn't seem so cray-cray and out there. It gives people a reference point for healing and for messages from Spirit. And I think that's huge. So anything we can do to get the word out with that, I'm all about it.
Right. And you know what, to be honest with you, I really don't know, or I don't hang with any woo-woos or cray-cray, so because I really feel that this is professional, like you're a professional, and spiritual. And I'm connected to the source when I do my work, and I just pray for God to give me the wisdom so I can help others. And I know you do the same thing.
Absolutely. Yeah, 100%. But, you know, for years, decades even, we took a lot of grief, you know what I'm saying? And so it's really coming more into our own today, and I think that's profound. In other words, they even have more and more TV shows all the time about angels and healings, and got a new show coming out here in the fall, I think, or pretty soon coming up. And it's a girl, and every time she meets somebody, they're playing a song in her head that represents how that person feels or their outlook. And so she's picking up on music, you know, intuitively. And it's all about intuition, and it's all about messages from spirit. And how profound is that, right? And she's reminding me, Reverend Tiffany's even reminding me the show starts tonight. And it's some girl, you know, cute girl. And, you know, you can imagine her shaking somebody's hand and the song's playing in her head, and it's all about how this person is looking or feeling even towards her, you know.
Right. Well, I think the thing is it comes out in their charts when I do their charts too, is that it's very important to follow their gut feelings, you know. A lot of times it will be in there where they really have the gift, or they have, I really say it's a gift from God, but if they don't tune into it, it just turns into either impatience or scattered energy. You know, there's a difference between working in the light, which I'm a light worker, you're a light worker, and people who have to deal with, you know, dark energy. I'm not into that at all. So I'm not into spells and, you know, do this, that, or what. No, it's right from God's mouth to my ear. You know.
I love it. Yeah. And another one that started, Reverend Tiffany's reminding me of, is called Manifest, and that's on Monday. And they have psychic abilities and visions and intuition all throughout the whole show. How cool is that? Manifest.
It is very cool.
So there you go.
It's very
sign of the times. Definitely a big shift. Oh my gosh. Well, it's flown by, honey. You got to tell. There's tons of folks still on the call, but tell everybody how to get a hold of you. They're going to want to go deeper. I mean, this is awesome messages from you tonight, but folks, if you do a private reading with her, believe me, you can go a whole lot deeper and ask a whole lot more questions. So what's the best way to get a hold of you, Joanne?
The best way is to call me, 727-743-3400. You can also look at my website, which is Psychic Joanne, which is Joanne, Leo.com, and psychicjoanneleo@gmail.com. So you can get a hold of me in one of those three ways.
Love it. We appreciate you being on the show, honey. Thank you so much. So, folks, reach out if you want to go deeper. Yeah, we always have fun. Hey, folks, you know, we appreciate everybody listening tonight. And I really think the takeaway is say prayers. And, you know, one of the people I respect a lot would say, you know, pray to, you know, whomever you see God as being. And so whatever that is, doesn't matter your religion or spiritual reference, for however that is, just say prayers tonight, at least that the world improves, is more peaceful, of course, and I'm fishing it now, and less hazardous. You know, let's get out of some earthquakes and hurricanes and less of the fires and all the natural disasters as well. And I'm also saying prayers for politics and society and religion, and in the words of Rodney King used to say, can't we all just get along? So there you go. We just want to try and get along, do the best we can, and help and contribute to all those that we can as well. So thanks for listening tonight. We're here every Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. So reach out and join us. And you can always find out more at jimmymackhealing.com. We appreciate y'all being on the show tonight. Want to wish everybody the rest of your life will be the best of your life. And remember to make progress every day. Thanks, everybody. Have a great night. Bye for now.
Don't want the fun to end? Grab more refreshments, then head over to Goldilocks Productions' YouTube channel.
With over 950 archive shows, the fun doesn't have to end.